Welcome to Two
Two
Blonde
blonde
Bimbos.
bimbos. Oh, dang. I gotta make eye contact when you're doing it because then I'll know where you're at with the song.
By episode 50, we will have it fully synchronized. It'll be
I think
great.
it's a bit that we don't synchronize. I think that's kind of the
The
fun of
whole
it.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, today's episode's kind of special. We're very excited. Do you want to say what we're doing, Rosey?
Yeah, we are answering your questions.
I'm
Your
so
personal
excited.
questions.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hoping we
guys.
can get go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you guys sent in your. We're so excited. We're talking over each other. No, we did a story box. We asked questions for you guys to send in, and so now we're gonna go through them. This is gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I'm prepared to be fully intimate. I already feel like this is my safe space, especially if you haven't listened to last week's episode, or the previous last week's will have been the favorites episode. But the episode, I mean, there's a Gossip Girl episode that I basically act like Gossip Girl
Yeah.
and drop some tea, and I definitely feel safe in this space. And who's to say if that's good for my job or not?
What are you
But
drinking?
I'm drinking an Alani New energy drink.
Oh yeah, you're the one who. What flavor is that?
This one is the Cosmic Stardust. Also, for anyone watching at home on YouTube, if my fingers look Cheeto orange, it's because I had this orange nail polish that stained my fingers, and now my fingers look gross.
It stained your fingers? I wouldn't
Yeah,
even know because it kind of looks like a nude nail polish from here.
I think it looks like I've been eating Cheetos.
Now I want Cheetos.
I mean, when do I not want Cheetos? Yeah, Alani New is great. I love
I've only tried
Alani
one, but
New.
you're the one who told me about it, and I liked it.
I only know about it because of Remy Cruz, my favorite
Ooh, your favorite.
YouTuber. She loves.
You and Charlie both put me onto her, and I love her so much.
She's so relaxing and just puts me in a good mood. I just love her positivity so much. I think she seems like the nicest hostess, just the nicest friend. I love watching her
Genuine.
cook. Yeah.
God, cooking. I could watch cooking videos forever.
Mhm.
Okay, should we look at the questions?
Yeah, we're gonna look at the questions. We got some good ones.
Ooh,
today.
yeah, I just got another good one. Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Do you want to start?
Okay, sure, yeah. Someone asked, have you ever been broke? I'm struggling with $50 in my account. Any resources?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my God, I've been broke. I mean, you want to go first with your broke story?
Yeah, I've been the overdraft queen before. And I think that there were times where I had jobs that I felt rich at. And looking back, I was like, no, you were not rich. I think I was definitely the most broke right after college, still living in my college
Okay.
town, but right after that, definitely living in a $400 a month apartment that I shared with four people.
Yeah.
And I remember
Was this in
saving.
Dallas?
This is in Denton.
Denton. Okay, yeah,
So
that's right. Denton. Okay.
saving actual change to eat food. And I remember I had an aunt give me $100 Starbucks gift card. And I was like, great, I'll get food with this.
Yeah.
Not coffee. And I would go in and buy one of the meals and kind of stretch it out. And I think that there were boxes of, not boxes, but packets of hot dogs for 80 cents at Walmart. And I would buy those and just eat hot dogs all the time.
I mean, I feel like my broke story. Okay, so I lived in Memphis. I've lived kind of all over, but I lived in Memphis. I was just starting to do hair. I was straight out of hair school. Actually, I have two broke stories, but I was working in a salon as an apprentice and a front desk person, but it was not a lot of money. And I desperately did not want to live at my house because this is a story for another time, but I had a very bad household. So I want to get the hell out. So basically, I lived in the most horrid apartment with a mattress on the floor. I mean, a TV that you had to hit. And I remember there were nights where just the neighbors, there would be gunshots. There would be smoke coming from the building. I had no money for food. I basically just
Damn.
I don't know how. I mean, I was just I think I just lived off of guys getting me beer. I was living off of beer at that point. And
I mean, there's
just
wheat in there.
working and eating. And I did have literally, I knew if if it said like minus 20 cents in your account or minus dollar, whatever it said, it had time to process. So if you like timed it right, you could like not get a fee if you like had the money go in time. So it was just like that time. And then there was another time where I worked 3 jobs. I was a nanny, a hairstylist, and I worked at Express at the mall. And that was very fun. But again, I was just like working to live and eating like noodles. But I feel like those times are kind of like, at least looking back, those times were like very life changing,
Yeah.
makes you a hard worker. I know that sounds so cliche, but there's definitely times when I mean, both of us have been broke.
I definitely was fortunate that I always had a roof over my head and always had a
Hmm.
car.
Hmm.
So I feel like I didn't get,
What kind of
you
car
know,
did you drive when you were
a
like,
Honda Element
oh, that's right. I had a
for like,
Pontiac G5. That baby lasted me forever. Blown out speakers, driving down the freeway,
yup.
living,
I mean,
living.
I have to be full disclosure. Like I had college paid for
Hmm.
my grandparents paid for college, but other stuff was left up to me. And I definitely wasn't in a position where I felt like super unsafe. So I'm totally grateful for that. But
Yeah.
like as far as like it's hard what some people would define as broke.
Broke.
I feel like
Yeah.
I've never been broke in been afraid. And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, I
But
can
broke,
agree with that. I've never been broken afraid. And to be quite honest, I'm just one of those people that I would, even if I needed to find something like, I mean, we can get real deep. There were times where I was going to apply to be a stripper, all for the
yeah.
stripper. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Again, I came from a bad household. So I would rather be in a shitty apartment and struggling than be in that household. So I was like, gonna be an escort. Like, I thought about it all. So that's why I'm such an open book, because I pay mad respect for people who are out there hustling, trying to make it, because I've been there, done that, and I know that feeling. So, but as far as being afraid, I don't think I've ever been afraid, like
Yeah.
very truly afraid. It's a
And
good
I
way of
think
putting
that
it.
that's why that question is kind of difficult for me to like center myself on because immediately I was like, oh yeah. But I think that I had like a very privileged definition of broke, meaning like all of my amenities were taken care of.
Mhm.
And well, not amenity. Fuck, I'm a dummy.
Amenities. I know that's where it's kind of hard to say. Amenities.
Amenity. I'm not even going to try anymore. It just sounds wrong in my head now, no matter what I say. Um, because I don't want to be one of those people that's like, yeah, I couldn't afford all the stuff I wanted, so therefore I was broke. I think your situation sounds more dire than me. I definitely didn't consider sex work, which,
Yeah.
well, you know what? I did when I was with an ex of mine. So we'll go there. But I
I
think that,
absolutely did, just again because it was just like kind of like get out or be in this toxic environment.
Mhm.
But I never feel like the places I did go, like all my apartments on my own. Luckily, I did work so hard that it was a safe-ish environment. I never felt like scared. And again, like you said, broke is a very broad spectrum. Like,
it is because,
it's
like,
people
I
can feel
feel like,
broke and not be able to afford Starbucks every week, but you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
very, very broad. But as far as like living on the street and not, or living in my car, I've never had to do that.
yeah,
So
no. And I think that sometimes it's sort of like Houston and I considered ourselves living in like it's just so funny to see where you are in your life at different levels of established, because I think that Houston and I refer to like early days of our relationship as like, oh, we were poor, we were broke then,
yeah,
and we were fine. You know what I mean? So I think that it's an interesting juxtaposition. It's an interesting thing, and it can be very humbling, and it can really educate yourself as to like what really is. I definitely feel like, girl, you've got some rough stories to share.
I think it's also because you realize there are obviously privileges that people have, and you look back and you realize you have privilege in a lot of areas, but then there's also the validity of still feeling that you know that you were in a hard time,
Yeah.
whether whatever that may be. It's still hard for someone. That's still an emotion people feel. So I feel like just because you may not have had to think about being a stripper or any of that, you still obviously felt like you were struggling.
Yeah.
And I obviously did. And I obviously have people who probably have lived on the streets and have really struggled a lot harder than any of us,
Mhm.
and obviously can't relate to that. And it's just, so I do think, again, this is just our stories, but I do get what you say about knowing where your privilege comes from. And I agree with all that.
It's yeah, because it's definitely because I would think like now I'd be like I think if you asked me 2 years ago when Houston and I were living in a particular like apartment that was, I think, like 600 square feet, pretty, pretty like on top of each other,
Mm-hmm.
we would be like, oh, we're so poor. But now I would like look back and be like, we're really fortunate. Like to me, it was like, it was a small apartment, but it was in a nicer neighborhood. And just because we had to budget, just because we had to do XYZ, I still think that like we weren't in dire straits by any means of the but
I
back
hope
then,
that
I would have been
answered the
like,
broke question. We went
I
deep,
know,
y'all. We
God,
went deep with the broke question. Now y'all
did.
know I even like really thought about being this is a side note, phone sex worker, guys. Hello. I thought, and I honestly I was very into like that. And I thought I've respected people. I had a lot of friends who were in that industry and it was very fascinating. Do you have any question? You do your question. Let me
Oh,
look at
yeah.
mine later.
Arizona.
Okay,
Pulling
next question is coming from Rosey.
it.
We're looking.
Okay, there's one. I have to answer this one because I'm just laughing at
Okay,
it.
please go, please go.
How many days do you go in between washing your hair? I'm laughing
Wow.
because I am so far from routine. You know what I
It's
mean?
just kind
Like
of like like whatever you feel.
I think that I avoid washing my hair because my hair is damaged. My extensions are covering a lot of sins. I had a really rough colorist, like 6 months of like going through different colorists who fucked up my hair like
Yeah.
astronomically. And I'm with a great colorist now, Carla at the Mermaid Salon. Go to her if you want to get a good, safe blonde. But I mean, like, she did not fry my hair off, but I went from icy blonde to red. I wanted to be red, but she took me to freaking dark mahogany, which I feel like you and I bonded over.
We
And
did.
that
That's kind of when we started talking more.
because you have a hairstylist background and you were on my private
Yeah.
Instagram stories at the time and you were like walking me through like
I
it's
was like
okay,
trying
you
to
gotta
help
do this.
you.
And that I was like so fucking terrified of doing it myself because I've always messed up my hair. Uh so all that being said, I have extensions on my head to cover up the fact that I have a pixie cut, basically.
Hey,
If you
extensions work for that.
yeah, I mean this is like how long my hair is.
Has it grown though since like
It
have you
has.
noticed it has?
Look at these
I
roots.
I don't have I know you're real. I'm like your hair is kind of growing fast all of a sudden. I feel like I don't really have a routine either. It's kind of like I've never been like 2 days, 3 days, and then I kind of just do whatever I feel like. Sometimes I'll go
Yeah.
longer and I'll do like a cleansing conditioner to because like you, I have blonde hair, so your hair's more fragile. So I don't really like to wash it a lot. But I
Hmm.
don't have a regular routine. It's kind of just like whatever I feel.
Yeah, I wish I was more like, I think there are so many influencers and content creators who are so, or I mean, at least what they say, have very specific hair care
Hair
routines,
routines, yeah.
self care routines in general. And I wish I was a more routine person in general. I wish I was like one of those people who's like, this is what I do every single morning, but I'd be lying. Everything I do daily changes from day to day.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm with Charlie because Charlie's routine and I'm not. I'm not routine at all, guys.
That is the same with me in Houston. Houston wakes up every day and reads the paper and makes himself a little
Oh,
breakfast.
this
He's
is
very
very,
cute.
yeah. It's interesting how that happens though. It's interesting. It's like they're the like I always call it coiffed chaos. They're the coiffed and we're the chaos. And it's just it somehow works. Okay, wait, let me look at my next question because
Yeah.
I think we're really gonna like this one. Okay. Fave Halloween movie and traditions.
Ooh.
Okay, we
Oh
know
my
you love
God.
this.
You know what? I love this, first of all, because it's an affirmation that I haven't been talking about Halloween way too much. Like, because I keep seeing like all of our episode breakdowns that like either Charlie or Houston will do. And I feel like Halloween is always on them. And I'm
It's
like,
always
Rosey, quiet. Don't like wear the people down. But I'm always thinking about Halloween, especially like after July 4th. It's on, baby. I mean, I've got to watch like I feel like there's like five I always got to watch. I got to watch The Addams Family 1 and 2. So
okay.
Addams Family Values.
Okay.
I love Sleepy Hollow. I love Hocus Pocus. I feel like those that's like
So see, mine are Hocus Pocus, and I love Halloween Town.
okay. I didn't watch that as a kid,
I
so
see.
I
I
have
watched it as a
no
kid, so it's very nostalgic for me.
mhm.
I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. I think those are the main two that I watch every single year. Um, what other Halloween movies really like big ones? I
Sometimes
feel like
I'll do Casper too.
oh, I've watched Casper. I grew up watching Casper a lot though. That was like a big movie for me. And then tradition.
Do you watch any horror movies?
Oh my God, yes. I'm a huge Rob Zombie movie fan. Are you
Oh wow.
kidding me? The Devil's Rejects. Oh my God. That literally like I this just makes me think of I don't think this is a Halloween movie though, but Pink Flamingos. Have you seen that movie? Is that a Halloween
Ye-
movie? It's kind of
You know
not.
what? I love a John Waters, but I feel like that's one that's been scary to me to see. Like, 'cause don't they eat their own shit in that
I don't know.
movie?
It's weird. If you guys look it up, please excuse me. It's really vulgar, but like I really like weird shit. So no, like a Devil's Reject, any Rob Zombie horror movie. Oh, love it. Do you like scary movies?
I do. I love them. I like things that are like more probably close to like paranormal thrillers. You
Mm,
know, like I
hmm.
like what is it? Or I like like possession movies and like
Yeah.
I like anything with like a supernatural element a lot.
Okay.
But I also like I do like murder ones, but I like it when it's on the investigation side of things. So
Okay.
I like the Zodiac.
I love stuff like that.
Zodiac, not the Zodiac, what am I?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then I loved like Mindhunter was really fun to watch
I
when that
haven't
was
seen
on
that. I heard
Netflix.
that was good.
I mean, it's upsetting because like we don't get another season. Like it kind of just got
Oh, it just kind of like ended. Okay.
they,
Because I did
I think
hear a lot about that.
it got canceled during the pandemic. So that I mean, but there's really great acting in that and it's so fun. I was telling Houston, I feel like I need a Shutter membership because I just realized like, oh, it's funny how like every time I'm on Netflix or HBO or whatever, I'm always like, I want to watch something spooky. Let's find something.
Scary. I think paranormal is hard for me because I don't know. We need to do like a ghost podcast probably because I've had a lot of ghost encounters. So have
Ooh,
you?
yeah, I have. That's
Okay. So
funny.
do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. We need to go on a ghost tour, dude.
Oh, we should go to, oh my God, we should go to a haunted place together.
This would be so fun. Stop, I can't. I literally live for haunted stuff because I experienced the weird. You guys would not believe my freaking ghost stories. This is literally gonna have to be a podcast, but we should do that. Now you guys see this is they're talking about fave Halloween traditions and movies. What's the tradition you
A
do?
tradition that I do is I bought this skull-shaped pan from
Okay,
William. Well, it was
I know
originally
which
sold
one
at
you're
Williams
talking
Sonoma.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called like Nordic wear, I think Nordic wear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'd been like obsessing over this pan, and I was like, I don't want to like pay the full price at Williams Sonoma, but then they had it at the TJ Maxx I was at like randomly, and I was thinking about it so much I felt like I manifested this pan. And I wanted the pan so bad because I saw some YouTube video from BuzzFeed where they're like, we cook viral Halloween recipes. And they made like calzones, like pizza skulls inside this pan
What?
using like, you know, Pillsbury dough and like pepperoni and mozzarella.
It sounds good.
And I make those every year because this was like, and I found like this was a journey on Instagram like 2 or 3 years ago. So I think that people who have been following me for a long time like will know pizza
Mm-hmm.
skulls are back in town, but I definitely always make pizza skulls. And you know me, I don't have an easy time with wheat, but I do wheat poison myself with pizza skulls
You're like,
every
I
year.
will take the wheat for this.
Because the gluten-free shit, like there's no gluten-free like Pillsbury situation.
Yeah, that's hard.
And it's like it's gluten-free pizza dough is like the wrong consistency always. I just need that like flaky
Just
croissant type.
something, just the actual gluten, basically.
Yeah. So I do
I
those.
do you,
Go
and you
ahead.
decorate. We both, I mean, you decorate.
Yes, we do.
I do a whole tablescape. That's my thing. I love doing a dining room tablescape. That's my favorite. Who's sitting at the table? No one. I don't care, but it needs to have shit on it. And then I make pumpkin chocolate chip bread vigorously
Ooh,
throughout the whole. Yeah, that's like my thing is pumpkin chocolate chip bread.
that's awesome.
Oh, and then apple cider donuts. I
Oh,
have to eat. That's like a have to. And then obviously pumpkin, pumpkin shit.
can
Anything pumpkin.
I want to name drop somebody.
Name drop. What?
There's a girl that I briefly knew. I thought we were close pals, but who's to say? I
Who's
don't
to
know why
say?
that cracked me up so much. There's this girl that I met in the Los Angeles comedy scene. Her name is Natalie Palomides. She's gone on to be like hugely successful. She
Mhm.
has her own Netflix special that's so fun. But what I took from her, because we had a couple of like slumber parties, we just let ourselves like be little dorks whenever
Mm.
we were like palling around in LA. She told me a family recipe called a fall float that her family makes every year, and now I make it
Oh
every
my
year.
gosh, what is it?
So it's
Is it like ice cream in it?
yeah, yeah.
I think I know
So
what you're talking about. Okay.
it's like ginger ale and sparkling apple cider and like vanilla bean ice
Ice
cream.
cream, yeah.
And then you do whipped cream and caramel sauce. You put the
Oh
caramel
my
sauce like all
god.
over the glass and then on top. And then you sprinkle it with cinnamon on top.
This sounds so good. Oh my god, that sounds so good. No, I would
I
definitely like that.
I really hope that she goes. She's also in progressive commercials. Like she's like one of the 5 people in all the progressive commercials.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
as her like star rises, you all will know her for her comedy, but I will know her for the
For her
fall
floats. Her
float.
floats. Her really good floats. Oh my
I
god,
think
no,
I
that's like really amazing.
yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's move to your next question.
Oh, this is a good one. Is it difficult to maintain pre-influencer relationships or friendships, sorry, with all the effort and time it takes?
There's less effort in
Yes.
pre-influence. Those people are the coolest people. Those are the best people.
Yeah.
Not saying Rosie's not the best person either, but I'm just saying our friends before influencers are time and effort.
They are, and I think the influencer relationships that have lasted the longest for me are the ones that like we don't have to be on, and when you come over it's not expected that we're going
Yes.
to create something together.
Yes.
I mean, it's fun. It always is because I want those partnerships, but if it happens organically, then that's great. Like I want to be able to like go to the movies with you, just like eat, just like
Eat.
sit and
I was
watch
gonna say
TV.
eat. That's the thing is I love eating and watching TV and not like thinking, like just like
Yeah.
doing nothing essentially with that person.
I love my college friends specifically, and I think most of my bridesmaids are my friends from college because they're always the people that saw me at my absolute worst and can appreciate, you know, that in comparison to where I am currently, which is
Yeah.
really nice and always humbling because they'll, you know, they'll tease me about things. And I was just with a friend that I've known since I was like prom night of high school,
Mm-hmm.
and was talking about, you know, those rubber Birkenstocks that you and I
That
love
we
so much.
love.
And she's like, is this a paid post? And I was,
Actually, no, like those are our favorite. That's so funny.
to me, those are the greatest relationships because I feel like out of anybody in the world, like if I found out I had terminal cancer, I would be calling those people and being like, I need to hang out with you. Like, let's go get
Yeah.
some barbecue or just hang out.
I think I have like a very close knit of people that report because again, I'm very extroverted, but surprisingly, I'm very guarded too around I just have a really strong intuition and I am affected by that sometimes. So I'm very guarded when I sometimes meet people. I think that's why I
Public
don't have that many.
persona. Yeah, public
Yeah.
persona, private persona. And
y-
then like that private persona is very sacred. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's actually awesome. That's a really good way of saying it. And I think that's why also I have met tons of influencers, but I will say the rate of having a friendship long term with them is not a good ratio. That's why when we met, this is honestly to God the truth that I don't have any other influencer friends besides Rosie. I have people that I'm acquaintances with or surface level that I'll talk and we'll be nice and cordial. And if we see each other out, of course, we're going to say hey. But like, I feel like sometimes it's hard, like you said, to have connections and it just be okay. We don't have to be on our phone, or if we are, it's fine. Like if you want to story something cool, but like we also want to just like chill and look like shit. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
don't always have to be on. And so that's where past friends, it's like I feel more comfortable
Yes.
and just kind of free. And they know like other stuff again, like they saw you before you had a platform. And that's such a different connection.
Mhm.
And they can kind of poke fun at me or I can poke fun at them. And it's like funny to make fun of my job sometimes as just like because they've seen me at different aspects. So I think it's easy to have those friendships easier.
Well, it's kind of like asking the question, like, who are your closer friends, your coworkers, or, people that you've
Very
had like
true. Yeah.
long-term intimate
Yeah.
relationships with. For me, I do feel like because the nature of some influencer relationships is very transactional, like it's always on the
Mm-hmm.
table. Um, I think that kind of sets it off to like a strange wobbly beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, I feel like for me personally, when you and I started hanging out in person, I feel like the universe literally sent me like four traumatizing events to happen like right in front of you, where I was like, I think with other people that I have, this kind of more professional relationship with, I could like have lied my way through it, and God help me, I tried to around you, but the
You
whole
did.
time
I knew.
you're like something's going on with
I
you.
know. But it was
And I'm
that
like,
fine line. I don't want to press it and be like, Rosey, tell me what the fuck's wrong with you. But like I knew, but I also wanted to like thread the line of being like consider. And I also know like because I've been in situations where I'll have anxiety or feel like I have to put on a front and I'm like, this fucking sucks because I don't feel comfortable around those people enough.
yeah.
So I knew, but like that was totally normal. I felt it actually made me feel more comfortable because I was like, you're human.
I didn't want to scare you because extreme emotions, and I swear to God, whenever you came to visit me when you weren't like in my direct like company, I was like sitting on the floor crying because of my shit that I had going on in my personal life.
I felt bad too because I was like, I hope I'm not in the way. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want to be in the way. But no, I knew. And of course, Houston's so considerate. Charlie literally gives no shits. And so, and also, I literally, again, I think it's because I come from like a background of like shit trauma that I'm just very like empathetic to people that are going through something.
yeah. And then I think today you immediately knew, hey, you're doing better today.
I was like, your energy is high. I love it.
It is. I mean, I've been working on all aspects of my life, and I feel so positive.
That's so
Positive,
good
positive,
though.
positive. Thank you.
I think this is like a new leaf you're turning and a lot of new things happening. And your wedding's coming up, so many exciting things. So
Yeah.
you need
Yeah,
a
I
refresh.
think I definitely started saying fuck it to all external forces, and I'm just gonna do me no matter what. And I feel I feel that it's hard to do that. I think I'm being very nebulous, you guys, but it's because not all of my secrets are for you.
I love that.
It's
Wait, do you
funny.
have any other good one? I have one from Charlie, but I want to see if you have one from like a follower that is good too.
Yeah, I have a little light one.
Okay, let me
What's your
see.
favorite coffee shop order?
Okay, if someone has known, it's not coffee. I mean, I love coffee, but it's mainly matcha latte typically, or an
Yeah.
iced chai with a shot of espresso, or just a simple iced latte with almond milk, sugar-free vanilla, or Splenda.
What about Starbucks? Like going specific to Starbucks.
Starbucks is a iced chai, almond milk, two
Mm,
two pumps of chai though only, one pump of sugar-free vanilla, and a shot of blonde espresso, or a matcha lemonade or a matcha latte, or like some kind of latte something with some pumps of sugar-free something in it.
what's your favorite seasonal drink? Like Starbucks drink?
I would say, oh, they did it last year. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. And the cold brew with pumpkin cream cold
Oh,
foam on
pumpkin
top.
cold. Yes, that was
Oh my
pumpkin cream
God.
cold.
I did not realize how obsessed I was having those way too much, like every day, every single day.
I've got it. Pumpkin cream cold foam cold brew. Pumpkin cream foam. You know what I mean? We know.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
lot.
someone told me, and I was like, is this really going to be that good? And it was, oh my God. Now I want one so bad. They need to, can we just bring out the fall drinks already? I'm now
Yeah.
thirsty.
Here's the hot tea, you guys. This is what you got to do when you go to Starbucks. You got to get an iced apple juice and ask for 2 pumps of chai in there.
Really?
Oh, that's
Like folly
the bomb.
fall.
So good.
That sounds so delicious.
It's kind of like a cidery thing.
That's really good. Okay, now that you guys know our wait, your
Well,
drink. What do
that
you
was
drink
that
during?
one.
What do you drink during the fall though? Do you drink
I
the?
do I do that drink. That's my like iced fall drink because fall starts in August, baby. Or like that's when it
I
starts
know.
for us with our jobs, but I like to
Mm-hmm.
immerse myself with like the drink, the whatever.
Everything.
And that's an
Yeah.
easy one that you can order all year round. Like you don't have to wait for the pumpkin spice to debut. You can just be like chai and apple juice and they'll do that for you. I also love don't they have like an apple cider drink? Caramel
I feel
apple
like
spice.
what is it called?
Caramel apple spice.
Ooh, I haven't tried that one, but I actually love anything that's like apple cidery. So I
I
feel
love
like
anything apple
I feel
so
like I would
much.
really like that. I just like to point out, Charlie asked our male fans called himbos or bimboys. I am
Himbo,
dead.
himbo is what they are using on TikTok to describe kind of like a dumb jock or like a dumb hunky guy.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't even think he knew that.
I think that it's more like public jargon to say himbos, but I also like bimboys as like
Bimboys, I
our
know.
specific
I know. I didn't know that was
crew.
actually a word. I think he just made that. Like, you think he was trying to be funny. I don't think he actually knows that was a thing.
Oh, and for our non-binary friends, you can be a Vembo. How about that?
Oh, that's cute.
Vembo.
We are inclusive on this podcast. Thank you.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Okay, you know what? We've been talking about fall so fucking much and it's still summer. Like we shouldn't let that melt. So I've got, what is your favorite summer activity?
Okay, this is the last one. We're finishing up with the summer one. Okay, famous favorite summer activity. This kind of could. Okay, I want to stay at the beach, but I don't really like go to the beach here a lot, which is really weird. Um, what's your favorite? I feel like that's such a weird, not a weird. I don't want to say weird question. It's a hard question for me.
All of mine are eating. I'm like
I was gonna
grilling
say
hot
because that's what I was
dogs.
gonna say. I want a cold margarita. That's what I
Cold
crave.
margarita. Ooh, on like a patio, baby.
Yeah, like we've been making margaritas on the rocks, and that's been like my thing.
I like getting some shaved ice too. Like going to get a snow cone is really
Yeah, anything
I haven't done that
cold,
at
like
all.
just sounds and tacos, like really fresh, like shrimp tacos on a
Yum.
patio.
Oh my God.
Mine is food too. That's why I was like, do I say like the pool? But I'm like, I don't have a pool right now. So I'm like, what do I say? But mine would be food related.
I
I
like
guess it's an
eating
acceptable answer.
and jumping right into the pool. You know that rule where you cannot swim
Yeah.
after? I think that it kind of feels good. It feels cool.
When you
You can feel like that food floats up in your stomach and you're like, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm doing it.
you have a nice pool. I'm jealous of that because I miss a good pool right now.
Come back out. But we're having a very mild, terrifying climate change summer in Texas. It's
And
like
meanwhile, it's hot as hell over here in certain spots and
it
staying
hasn't got
hot.
past 95 and most days it's like 90. And guess what? We have a temperature drop at night like it's California. It's been like,
Really?
yes, it goes down to 75 at night. And that's been peculiar.
That's weird
What's the weather app
for
say?
July going into that's weird.
It's not normal. Like, okay, so the highest temperature this week is going to be 95. And then all of the lows are literally 72 on this app.
No, that's weird.
It's not normal.
You guys, climate change.
It's real. I feel like, I don't know why. This is like, I'm such a novice imbecile when it comes to climate change. I'm like, oh, it feels like we swapped with the people in the north because we had a terrible winter in Texas that we were not prepared for. We didn't have the infrastructure for. Yikes.
Well, okay, we ended on the summer thing.
On a
We
summer-
hope
on a
and
real
climate
negative-
change. Everything we get so real. We're like, we want tacos, and then we're like, fucking climate change. Like people are like, wow, the spectrums of these women.
I mean, I think our name suits us. It's just sort of like we want you to feel happy listening to this podcast, but we kept scaring you away because we're just too stupid bimbos.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share,
leave
follow.
us a review.
Leave a review. Yeah, we do want reviews. Please leave a review.
What? Just like give me the 5 stars and then just smash your keyboard across if you're lazy. I don't even need a full sentence. Just go like the the AS
Drag it.
like
Drag it.
I don't care what you say,
do
baby.
that. Do whatever Rosey said. And we'll see you guys next week.
Happy Summerween.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.